Good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie here. We've got some storms rolling through West Virginia right now. Hopefully the power will stay on for a while, but we'll make the best of it no matter what. I hope you're noticing my background today and what is at the end of that bright red arrow. That is a turtle on a fence post. And you may have heard the old saying that if you see a turtle on the fence post, you can pretty much guarantee he had some help getting there. And I think that's a pretty true statement. And the reason that turtle on the fence post is there today is to remind me that things are not always as they appear to be. That sometimes we just need to question what we do and why we do it. And is that really what I see there? Is that really a turtle on the fence post? And I guess this all came about because of Rick. Those of you who watched Rick's live feed last Friday heard him relate his weight loss journey to the old fable that Aesop wrote over 2,500 years ago about the tortoise and the hare. And that while at different times we can make great haste and proceed through the journey lickety-split, and at other times we have to be very slow and deliberate about it. And that is so very true. The old adage that when everything is in place and everything is right, you make hay while the sun shines is quite true. And then there comes a time where you need to sort of hunker down, reevaluate, reassess, and not blame yourself because you're not going at the high rate of speed that you previously enjoyed or that you thought you were going to be able to sustain throughout the journey that you had mapped out for yourself. And that led me to another thought, and it's something I have wondered about ever since I joined HOPS. And that's the little thing at roll call where people, the weight recorder or the leader will call roll, or sometimes the secretary, and they'll say your name, and then you report how you did that week. And some people reported I turtled. And when I first heard that, I thought to myself, what does turtle mean? Does it mean she lost a little tiny bit? Because, turtles make slow, steady progress. I said, that's a good thing. And the lady sitting next to me, when I got up the courage to ask what that meant, said, no, that's not what it means at all. It means that you stayed the same. And I thought, well, that's not the story that I learned as a child about the hare and the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the game is what I learned. And what I saw in little books for children, and I think Disney even made a cartoon about the hare and the tortoise. And so I always wondered why we say turtle when we stayed the same. And I went back and I listened to Rick's video, and Rick didn't say last week he stayed the same when he finally got to go to a live meeting with fellow TOPS members. He said I'd stayed the same. He didn't say I turtled. And I thought, well, that makes more sense to me. So maybe you know the origin of it. I really don't, and I've always been curious about it. And that led me to wondering how many more things we have like that in TOPS when we get together that new members really might not understand. That is our own particular language, our own set of words that we use to mean things different from what the public wouldn't necessarily take it to mean, and that the understanding would be quite different. I we know so much of roll call is sort of traditional in our different chapters when we get together. And I guess I've been really sensitive to that this week because so many of us are finally getting to go back to meetings. There's some of us that are still having to wait a while and using alternative methods, but so many more of us are finally getting back together. And that to me is just the most exciting thing in the world, to finally be able to interact in person, in real time, in real life with each other. And I've even heard that for a lot of us now that have been vaccinated, that it's possible to have those meetings without wearing a mask, and to be, respectful of social distancing and stuff. But actually, things are beginning to return to what was known previous to over a year ago, when the world as we knew it took a sharp turn to the left, and we were wondering, which way are we going here? I've never been down this path again. And we had to really watch the landmarks as we traveled this new uncharted territory in which we found ourselves. With that in mind, one of the things that I would really be interested in sharing with all of you today is the role that our group plays in our journey, and how we actually use in our group various tools that we have available for us. Do we make the best use of the tools that we have? Are we not making good use of them? I don't know. What is it that we could do better or do different in our journey? And I thought it might be interesting for me to share my screen with you this morning and show you just a few things about our Facebook page that some of you may not know. Some of you may know all about it, but some of you can jump in and add to the conversation if you wish, concerning our Facebook group, and how you use the page for your best use. So I think you can all probably see the screen now. And what I just wanted to show you was, this is the landing page that most of us land on. And down below, where it says TOPS members empowering each other, you will see that we're at 7,700 members right now, which is really awesome. It's really, really exciting to see that many of us getting together every single week. And it's also interesting to see that over 6,000 of us are active at any given time on any given day throughout that week, which is particularly helpful because that means that we're finding this a useful medium to get in touch. Most of us use discussion when we look at this particular page, and this is a feature where the announcement, which is usually either Rick's message or mine, is pinned at the top of the page, and then all of your contributions follow afterward on the page. And that's particularly helpful, I think, to everyone as we move along, to be able to see what everybody has to say and what the most interesting topic of the day is. And it changes from time to time. And I learn so much from reading your discussions every single day. Another thing that I just wanted to point out to you, because I know a lot of you have friends that you're inviting to join. If you'll read this announcement here, which is titled About, the very first thing it says is, to join this group, you need to be an active TOPS member, and that's for your protection. Every single person that is invited to join the group, I check to make sure they truly are an active TOPS member, because this is your personal space for you to share time and thoughts with each other. And I want it to be, as much as I can possibly make it, a safe environment focused on helping each other lose weight. It's not a place to discuss any controversial issues outside of trying to live your healthiest, most active life. It's about using good techniques and good habits and being safe as you move through this journey to better health. Because as I've said many times before, if we lose our health in this process, what have we gained? We've gained nothing. The other thing that I'd like just to mention to you, you may not even know it's there, is this button at the top below TOPS members empowering each other, called announcements. And if you click on announcements, you'll see a series of topics in the last several months that have been fairly relevant, that we have needed to continue on. And one of them that I wanted to point out to you, you'll see mentions of IRD coming up, and how you can make best use of that opportunity. I hope some of you leaders are even thinking about having watch parties for your chapters and getting a copy of the DVD that's going to be available later on, because it'll have all the speakers' presentations in it, as well as honoring so many people that will be nice little additions to meetings down the road in your chapter. You could just stick them into a DVD player, and everyone can benefit from a few minutes of inspiration from someone. There'll be more news out soon. Rick had shared with me we'll have some more virtual retreats coming up, so there'll be a new announcement on that here before long, I have a feeling, and that's always exciting to find more opportunities and ways to get together in these challenging times. And then the last one here in the series, well, it's not the last one, but it's the one I wanted to pause on this series of announcement, is an ongoing message that I have been asking all of you about for some period of time. It was first put up February the 10th of this year, and right now we have 291 people that have shared their comments with me. And the question is, what was the one most important thing you sought when you first joined TOPS? And so many people have shared exactly the same thing. They were looking for accountability. They were looking for support. And they were looking for people who understood the challenges of the journey. Overwhelmingly, that's what seems to be what brought most people into the front door of their very first TOPS meeting. Please take a few minutes today, if you would, or in the next week or two, and answer this question if you haven't done so already. This is really, really important as we are getting back together, because you are telling us what was most important to you. And as we return to our meetings, we want to be sure that we provide for the new people that will be coming to our doors and the people who will be returning to our chapters the things they need most. They need accountability, support, understanding, help in their weight loss journey from people who understand the challenges they are facing. They need to feel comfortable, safe, and accepted in the chapter meeting. And that's so important to me. Like I say, I listen to what you say. Rick listens to what you say. And you tell us every single day what makes the biggest difference for you. I'm so proud of all of you as we have gone through these difficult months together, that you have found new and supportive ways to stay connected, to stay supportive, to continue on your successful weight loss journeys. And I still believe that it makes me happiest when I'm actually with you in person, really and truly. Um, it's still wonderful to be able to connect with each other in the many different ways that we have found. Some are old ways that we used to do a long time ago, like making phone calls to each other, writing notes, sending cards. Uh, We've done, some of the chapters have done drive-by weigh-ins where that's been a possibility, so at least they could check in on the scale and socially distance and be safe in that way. Some have been doing Zoom meetings like we do here. Some have set up their own Facebook groups so they can talk with each other in their chapters throughout the week and share comments and advice and support and encouragement along the way, which is wonderful. And each and every time we find something new, the best thing is we share it with each other so all of us can take advantage of it. Okay, moving back up to the top, and I'll try not to go too fast so you don't get a big head rush as I move on up the screen here. The other area that I wanted to point out to you is under More. More is a wonderful place. I always like to see what's hiding in More. And one of the things you'll see in More is media. And media is really cool. I don't know if you have ever checked out media or not. But it's actually one of my favorite places to go. And first of all, you'll see that you have a category called photos. And photos are super because sometimes you can't exactly remember who the person was that posted the message, but if they posted a graphic with it, you'll say, that's the one I wanted to look at. I remember that picture. And if you click on the picture, that'll take you to the post that you're looking for. Another area is videos, and a lot of you will say, well, your videos aren't listed forever, from whomsoever. And no, they're not, because it just takes up all kinds of room in the announcements category, and it gets too cumbersome. Together, Rick and I have well over 100 videos posted in this group. But if you click on videos, you will actually see videos from everyone who has shared a video in our group available to you. And that's a good thing. That's a quick and easy way to access it. If you don't happen to want to log into Rick or my Facebook groups, you can access the videos there in this way, which is very, very helpful. So it might be something that you want to check out. And then sometimes people will post a whole collection of pictures as an album, and you'll see those listed as well. That's another way to go back and check things that you may be struggling to locate that you really wanted to look for. And if all else fails, you can always check on the search in the search window and type in the topic or the name of the person as you remember it, and look for the discussion thread in that way. So these are just tips to help you get the most use out of our group every single day in every single way. Because we are a large group of members and we are active in our help and support of each other, threads often get lost down the line because every time somebody posts a new thing, the list of posts goes longer and longer. And while you may have only posted it an hour ago, between that time and now, 30 other people may have also logged in and posted a thread. So these are just some ways for you to find your favorite things on our website as we empower each other in our struggle. I'd like you this week, if you could please, any of you know about the origin of using turtle to indicate I stayed the same, to share that with me on this post. And also, if you have any other words that we use that when you first joined TOPS challenged you as to it being unclear, not understanding exactly what it meant, share those as well, because maybe what we need to do is look at the way we say some things and be a little more in tune with the new person that is joining us and make sure we're clear in our messaging to them. We know what we're talking about, but they may not. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you go today, and I'm going to go take a walk because it's not raining right now. Then I'm going to go over to my chapter and check in, and I'm so happy because I'm pretty confident I have a nice loss today, according to what my scale said when I jumped on before I made this call. And I'll be happy to share that with Rick in a little while. One thing you need to know about TOPS people, no matter what position they may hold in TOPS, we are trying always to be supportive of each other's journeys. When Rich comes on here on Friday and shares his accountability journey with you, he is walking the talk. He is doing the work necessary. And just as much as any of us, he needs our help and encouragement as he travels his path. And he certainly gives back to us many times over every single day. So just remember, we're all in this together, and we're always going to be together to support each other and find a way through this and live our best, healthiest lives right now. We're not waiting until someday in the future. We're going to make every day count. Thanks so very much. Have a super, super day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.